It's oh no, it's April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. I'm not going to be fooling you though. I got too much real stuff to tell you. uh, just a quick update about stuff coming in at the palace. I've got to impose a moratorium on acquiring more of this kind of stuff because, as you can see, it's just way out of hand. Still, stuff is fun. Look at these. These are actual legal postage stamps. They're, yeah, Union Jack with a crown. This is stuff that's just come in lately. No, that's not this. Oh, a bumper sticker, and I like this one. It's going on the car presently. What's this stuff? Oh, these are address labels, return address labels. I don't think you can read it, but it says the Right Honorable me. I'm not going to say my name because probably just doesn't make any sense, but this stuff goes on YouTube and I don't want my name all willy-nilly everywhere, yo. Oh, here, I gotta show you this. This thing just came. Oh man. It's just, I'm trying to find stuff that I want to take to Ginger in Tennessee. And to do that, I've got to go through, just worlds of stuff. But anyway, that's what all this mess is. But this came, I think today. Yeah. And I like that. And I've just been finding some other stuff around the house that I think is really cool. This is a Christmas card I sent out one year. Yeah. From Zeus. This is called the Double Dome. Double Dome card. This is from my Los Angeles period. Oh my god. Fat? Am I fat or what? Ow! Jeez. Dang, is that bleeding again? Jeez, it is. Well, I bumped my elbow last night. First I thought maybe I broke it. I fell at the pool at the Y. But I did swim almost a mile before I got hurt. But the doctor says I have to stay out of the pool now for 5 days until that heals. Anyway, this is Jane Kaczmarek. She played Lois, as in lowest common denominator, on Malcolm in the Middle. She's a sweetheart. I met her in L.A. Oh, speaking of L.A., this is the posse in the Art Zone at Investors Business Daily in L.A. Just right over there. I don't know if you know who Bill O'Neill is, but he's a huge, famous investor. He worked just off to the right there. And I used to work for him. It was really cool. Not that I agree with his politics most of the time. I'm hard-pressed to remember any of the time that I agree with his politics, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, cleaning up stuff today. I ranted about my latest tenant here at the Palace before I moved back in here full time. He told me that he threw out boxes and boxes of cardboard from the cellar, and I assumed that it was cardboard, empty packing boxes. Who knows, that previous tenants had left in the cellar, and later I realized that he was probably, in his lying ass way, telling me that he threw out a bunch of my old books, a really substantial part of my library. I used to actually have a kind of a lending library, I would... Okay, now here, for instance, Rob Stone. This is a book, The Missing Message. It's a Brains Benton mystery. But Rob Stone from Utica apparently took out this book from my library back in the 60s. Anyway, I can't blame this tenant, whom I am not going to name, entirely for the debacle of priceless books going away to the dump. And again, I'm not positive that that's what happened, but I have discovered today very strong evidence that it's the case. I think he threw out things like this, which is the first book of magic. It's a book that I had when I was a kid. It's one of the first books I ever had. Let me see if there's a date in here still. Yeah. Oh, screw it. You know, if you want to stalk me, fine. There's my name, Jackie, and then my last name. I don't know if you can read it. $1.95. This book cost $1.95 when I was little. And I just couldn't get enough of these books or any other books. And it shows a bunch of magic tricks that you can do. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway. It just breaks. Look what happened to this book. And I guess I must have put the books down in the cellar to start with. This one I can't even tell what it is. But the chapters are Lights at Black Rock, Addie and the Pirates, Caught in the Storm, The Secret of Black Rock Cave. I don't know what the heck this thing is. But it's some kid's book I had. This is, oh, this is a Nancy Drew mystery. Here, Ghost Town Treasure. I was fascinated with ghost towns as a kid. And as it turns out, oddly enough, I now own part of a ghost town in Colorado. It's called Rosita, Colorado. It was a silver mining boom town back in the 1800s. And it's actually coming back, it's becoming repopulated again. Here's the first book of prehistoric animals. And of course, we all know that prehistoric means like less than 6,000 years ago, because that's how old the world is. I mean, we used to fight with these dinosaurs and eat them and get eaten by them. At least that's what some people tell me. Who am I to say? You know, Homer Price. These were fun. This is a science fiction book, The Lost City of Uranus. And if you say it Uranus, well, then you got problems that way too. I remember loaning this book to my great-grandfather, who died December 6, 1966, because he was a great reader, and I don't know what in the world a man born in 1882 would make of a book like this about going to that planet. But he read it. I don't know what he thought of it. Now here is a Rick Brandt science adventure story, The Electronic Mind Reader by John Blaine. This is number 12 in the series of Rick Brandt. And there's the back of it. Not sure what's going on there. It looks like a spear, one of those spear gun things for underwater. Famous Investigations. And again, these are books that I had when I was little. I was just trying to see what the copyright date is in this one. Whitman Publishing Company, Racine, Wisconsin. Famous Investigators by Richard Deming. Copyright 1963. I was 12 frickin' years old when this was copyrighted. And here, oh, Trixie Belden. Did you ever read any of the Trixie Belden mysteries? They were fun. Trixie Belden and the Happy Valley Mystery. Her best friend's name was Honey. And I guess that's probably her there. She had honey-colored hair. This one was a Power Boys adventure. The Mystery of the Haunted Skyscraper. Now see, there you got a whole bunch of really wonderful elements. I always loved skyscrapers. First time I went to Utica as a kid where I was free to walk around on my own, I was probably like 12 or something. I took this. Okay, this one's copyright 1964. I took the elevator to the tallest building in Utica that I could find. It wasn't the Hotel Utica. It was some office building. It's still there. And I went up to the top floor, and whatever random office I came out in, I told them I'm from from a little village up in the Adirondacks, and could I please look out their window? And they let me. It was so cool. I later went on to work in the North Tower of the World Trade Center for about almost 6 years, which at that time was the tallest building in the world. But I've always been fascinated with skyscrapers, and if you got a mystery hook, it's just, you can't beat it, you know. Blood on the Plains by Tom Curry. This was $2 new. I don't think I actually had this one as a kid. Maybe I did. I don't know. Now this is another Power Boys adventure, The Mystery of the Burning Ocean. Ooh, I'm scared. Look at that ship underwater there. See the fish swimming around it? And here's another Power Boys adventure, The Mystery of the Flying Skeleton by Mel Lyle. These first books, I had a mess of these. The first book of that and this and some other stuff. And I'm afraid that many of them just went to the dump without my knowing about it. And this first book of surprising facts. See there, I wrote my name on it in it when I was a little boy. Let me see what the copyright is on this one. This is the fourth printing by Francis M. Christie, and that's Francis with an E. Pictures by Don Phillips. Copyright 1956. Yeah, I don't think I was even 10 years old when I got that book. Oh, here, I think this is, here. Okay, this one I actually wrote my name and the date, 1962. I was 11 freaking years old then. This one is Famous American Folk Tales, Rip Snorters and Rib Ticklers. And it's falling apart, but at least it's not soaked. Like, oh God, these books here. Breaks my heart, man. These are probably irreplaceable. Where are you going to be able to get a copy of the Ghost Town Treasure anymore? Oh well, as my dad says, too soon old, too late smart. What's this one? Did I tell you this one? Something by Carolyn Keene. Oh, it's a Nancy Drew. Anyway, that's what's going on here at the palace. My asthma's pretty well gone now that I've lost all that weight. But the dust and mold that I stirred up today, holy smoking Moses. And my eyes are itching like crazy. Well, I gotta go wash my hands and vacuum. I got that in my mouth now. Some of this dust is a half-century old. In fact, some of it's probably a century old because the house was built in 1896, and this stuff was in the cellar. And you know how dust migrates and infiltrates and one thing and another. And the house will be 120 years old next year. So that's well over a century's worth of dust. Meantime, Pax vobiscum.